the father, the father, the son. This is all I can send you, Kal-El. It's not who I am underneath that defines me, but what I do. You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. Just because someone stumbles and loses their path doesn't mean they're lost forever. You're making me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. I let my father die because I tried.
Born for war, but living for revenge. He is the last remaining genetic infantryman. He is the rogue trooper. Created to fight in the endless war between the Nords and the Southers on the planet New Earth, the GIs were the ultimate soldiers, bioengineered with enhanced abilities to survive unaided in New Earth's poisonous wastelands and fight the Nordland regime. But after his comrades are wiped out in the notorious Quartz Zone massacre, Rogue is the only GI left, and he pursues the Traitor General who betrayed them through this chemical and biological hell in a quest for revenge. He's not alone, though, for he carries with him the consciousnesses of 3 of his fallen brothers as biochips implanted into his equipment. Helm sits in his helmet, Gunnar controls his rifle, and Bagman, you guessed it, controls his backpack. Written by Gerry Finley-Day, with its clever genre mashup of sci-fi and war comics combined with military jargon and stunning art from Dave Gibbons, Brett Ewins, Colin Wilson, and many others, Rogue is one of the most popular characters from 2000 AD. After his quest was completed, the strip struggled to find a direction, and even The Hit, in which shady aliens use Rogue to assassinate high-ranking officers in order to end the war, couldn't re-establish its purpose. In 1989, Dave Gibbons returned as scriptwriter for a hard reboot of Rogue Trooper in War Machine. A second-generation genetic infantryman created by the Clavel Corporation, Friday was also the sole GI survivor, but this time without the biochips. While Gibbons' story and Will Simpson's atmospheric artwork make the first series worth it, under the pen of writer Michael Fleischer, the further adventures of Friday quickly descended into cliché and confusion. When he then meets the original Rogue, the series lost all coherence, and despite a late rally under writer Steve White, Rogue's time seemed to have passed. A familiar face later popped up in space medical series Mercy Heights, and there have been flashback tales since, but Rogue's most effective appearances have been as a supporting character in Jaeger, a series about a Nort war crimes investigator, and Hunted, which explores the story of the Traitor General. Follow the original Rogue Trooper into battle with the 4 volumes of Rogue Trooper Tales of New Earth and the collected War Machine, all available from 2000 AD's web shop and apps. Well, do let us know what you think about the 2000 AD ABCs, as next week we travel to a very different kind.
Well, there is kind of like the background to, who Rogue Trooper is. And of course, if you are on Steam, you've probably played Rogue Trooper Redux. Now, I played that because my memory is shoddy, and it's basically 5:30 a.m. in the morning here Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? It's Tuesday morning, right? 30th of January. So bear with me. I'm gonna try to, be as informative as possible without falling asleep, because I was just about to go to sleep when this thing popped across my Facebook, and and I thought, okay, I need to get ahead of it, do this before I fall, spend the day sleeping and be late to the game. So this is what we were about. There's going to be a animated Rogue Trooper movie, like a feature movie, and it's going to be based on the 2000 AD, as you guys just saw that, right? And it's basically been I'm sorry about bouncing around, trying to find my right link here. So it's going to be produced by Duncan Jones, right? So now the thing about this was supposed to be a movie a while back, right? So they were looking at doing you know, 2019, right? This is like about 5 years ago now, July 2019, say 4.5 years. And before that, you know, they were going to have somebody else that was interested in that. And that someone, of course, was Neil Marshall, you know, Hellboy. And he was going to do it as well. And that was about 2019 as well. And this is the little, you know, write-up about it from then. Right, so here we go. So Hellboy's Neil Marshall reveals which comic hero he wants to direct next. You know, and he goes, basically, you know, let's see. Now, currently there's a road trip. Now, this is like about, when was this? Like 2018, right? So it's a year earlier. They were going to, so like 5.5 years ago, right? Was this? Yeah, about 5.5 years ago. Was that 6.5? I don't know. Anyway, so they were going to do like Rebellion, which is, you know, owns 2000 AD. Basically, you know, they didn't even know there was a Rogue Trooper Twitter, because I haven't really been following that much Twitter things, you know, for comics online. And so they were saying that they were going to do that. And so here we go. Incredibly excited to confirm I'm working on the adaptation of Gerry Finley-Day and Dave Gibbons' 2000 AD comic, Rogue Trooper. A lot of work ahead, though, so we will not be at San Francisco, San Diego Comic-Con. Right, so it's saying more info at roguetrooper.com. And of course, you know, 2019, right? Now, today, you know, I'm going to show you this other one here. There's another link that I was able to find, which is them actually, you know, doing teasing, you know, setting up for the movie. And this was 2018, right? So, you know, this one here, Warcraft and Moon director Duncan Jones is in a playful mood. The filmmaker has posted a video on Twitter, which he seemingly teases that his next project will be Rogue Trooper, right? We just talked about that. Now this is it here.
One for them or one for me. One for them or one for me. Studio or we indie. One for them or one for me. Shall I make a comic book movie? A Marvel film or perhaps DC? Image or Dark Horse maybe? Shirtless Bear Fighter was extremely funny. Or back to my homeland, 2000 AD. Slain, Strontium, or ABC. Dread was great, but no sequel. Pity. Yes, one from the Megaverse. Now let me see. Who, oh, who should it be?
That's pretty cool, wasn't it? Like, I mean, he rhymed it out and he did everything. So, you know, you can, you know, all of us who are part of the British colony, as if you've, you know, if you've seen, you know, any of the, you know, us talking about Rogue Trooper. I'm not actually, we haven't really mentioned Rogue Trooper, but when we talk about, you know, 2018, we're always mentioning friggin', you know, Judge Dredd. I have a painting here on a skateboard that one of my best friends, Shane Evans, did, right? And I show that off all the time because I'm really, really proud of it. Not only that, but because it's done by my best friend. But the other thing is that it's really good. And well, might as well show it to you if you're visiting us for the first time. And if you are, please like, subscribe. So this is it here, right? And this is the other side of that. So yeah, but now the great thing is they've actually got the actors, the voice actors, right? So we know, you know, he's done it. It's all going ahead. Now they've got the voice actors, right, down. So this is here. It says, am I on the right page for you guys? I am. Let's see if I need to zoom in a bit more to get a bit more highlighted. This won't be a long video because, you know, I need to get some sleep. So here we go. So 29th, 2024. This was, of course, came across my Facebook. and posted by 2000 AD. And it goes, Anurin, I always know how, I think it's Anurin Bernard, Haley Atwell, of course, and then Jack Loudon joined Duncan Jones, science fiction movie Rogue Trooper exclusive by Leo Barrowclough. Leo, is it Leo? Yeah, Leo Barrowclough. So let's have a listen. Are we going to have a listen?
Aniron Barnard, Haley Atwell, Jack Loudon joined Duncan Jones' science fiction movie Rogue Trooper, exclusive, by Leo Barrowclough. Aniron Barnard, Haley Atwell and Jack Loudon lead the cast of science fiction movie Rogue Trooper, written and directed by Duncan Jones, whose credits include Moon, Source Code, Warcraft, and Mute.
Letting
The
AI do the
animated
reading.
film, which is being created with Epic's 3D tool Unreal Engine 5, was adapted by Jones from the comic book published by 2000 AD, home to Judge Dredd. Halo Jones and Slanya. Rogue Trooper, produced by Rebellion and Liberty Films, has wrapped principal photography at Rebellion Film Studios. In the UK, the film is set to be
The
finished
artwork,
next year.
so
Barnard, the
much
Bullfinch.
detail.
Dunkirk, stars as the eponymous Rogue Trooper. Cast alongside him are Atwell, Captain America, The First Avenger, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1, Loudon, Slow Horses. Dunkirk, Daryl McCormack, Bad Sisters. Good Luck to You, Leo Grand, and Reese Shearsmith, Inside Number 9. Saltburn. Others in the cast include Jermaine Clement, Avatar 2, The Way of Water, Matt Berry, What We Do in the Shadows, Diane Morgan, Kunk on Earth, Alice Lowe, Black Mirror, Asa Butterfield, Sex Education. Hugo, and Sean Bean, Game of Thrones. The Lord of the Rings. Rogue Trooper tells the story of 19, a genetic infantryman who finds himself the sole survivor of an invasion force. Desperate to track down the traitor who sold him and his comrades out, the super soldier is accompanied by 3 killed-in-action squad mates whose personalities have been stored in his gun, helmet, and rucksack.
So now, Duncan Jones said, right, 2080 offers a very different flavor of comic action, political and brutal at times. Political and brutal at times, but always with a Pythonesque twinkle. Is that even a word? Pythonesque twinkle in the eye. Judge Dredd 2012, greatest adaptation ever that I can think of, of many comic books, right? Up there in the top 3. Yeah. Was a taste of what 2000 AD has to offer. And now we get to show the world another side of the beast. It is a genuine privilege to be given the opportunity to make Rogue Trooper. Treehouse Digital, The Well, is creating all imagery and animation for the film. I wonder, let me see who that is, because I always like to check who's doing what when it comes to, people who are working on the movie, because, this is a second outing. So let's see. What else are they involved in? Let's see if I can pop up a Google search here. Where is a Google search? What have these people been up to? And, for me, like, as a fan, as a long time fan, like since I was freaking probably about 10, right, year-old kid, it was the first sort of like actual logo I wore that I created myself, right? So I posted earlier on when I heard that, so I said, "Let's effing go," and I added a couple of my mates in who I know love, 2000 AD and Judge Dredd. So this is the company, Treehouse Digital, right? Our work. Let's have a look. So the well, right? Theaters, Litterbugs. Let me see. Right. So here's a short film they did. Stupid fly. Right.
Not far now.
God.
So this
I
is
hope
the
no one ever saw us leave
Unreal
between the Trish.
Engine.
Yeah.
It almost looked
You know, she's
real.
an
I actually
inbred.
thought she was real, but she's not.
It's
She's
not
actually
an
digital.
inbred. It's just inbred. Inbred.
Fuck off, H. Guys, are we really buying her story? A wishing well?
I just want to see how far she'll go.
For what?
To be friends with us.
Wow. I was very excited. I was very excited, but I'm very, very excited now because look at the quality of work these guys can do.
How's it work?
I mean, I can imagine Rogue, you know, and all the ships and all the weapons, all the terrain.
You make a wish.
All
and
like
then you
CGI,
send it
3D, like this is just going to be freaking amazing.
When it reaches the bottom, your wish is granted.
So
That's it.
let's stop with this one and let's see what else they've got right to offer. So that's one thing. So here's another one. Actually, shot on 4K.
What time did you say? Like half an hour ago.
Have you even met him?
Just online.
Oh. I'm just gonna...
And all these short films, by the way, are available, right? I'll pop out of there because it's probably more live action there. But yeah, man, I'm like, you know, these are the guys that are a part of this whole thing. And I'm quite excited that the movie is, you know, the animated movie is being made by Treehouse, right? Because if you look at that first video clip I showed you, it's like, I mean, from the short film, they're really good. And it's good to have somebody with the production skills that they have working on a Rogue Trooper thing. I mean, like, you know, you got to be really, you know, you got to be really good to bring this dude to life, especially if you really think about it. It has to be as good as, if not better than Dread, right, from 2012, which everybody who's a fan of Dread in 2080 loves and are still waiting for the 2000, for a sequel. Sadly, we haven't got one yet, right? But I mean, at least now we are going to get Rogue Trooper animated movie. And the great thing about animation is that there's no limits, right? And there's no I think the only thing you could, limit it by is the cost. But then again, you don't have to build anything. It's all computerized and it's all there, and you could just tweak something and you saved $1,000, and stuff like that. So I'm quite excited that this is going to be a digital movie, and it's going to be, it's got some great voice actors involved in it, and I'm quite excited that we will have this amazing, team behind it, and of course, with someone like Duncan, right, Duncan Jones, and with his friggin' amount of movies, like I love Source Code, I liked Moon was, give or take, but I love Mute. Mute was awesome. And also I liked Warcraft. I guess a lot of people, like the movie, didn't think much of it. I mean, play the game, didn't think much of it. But for someone like me who didn't know much about Warcraft, enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm quite excited because of course there's Haley Atwell's in there. I wonder if she's going to do Halo Jones, and maybe it's Anarin going to be doing a Rogue. So I'm quite excited because as a fan of almost over 40 years of the 2000 AD, series, and the whole comics and all that, the world, right? I'm probably more just as excited about anything to do with Judge Dredd as I am with Rogue Trooper, because I have a very, it was the first thing that I actually, a logo that I drew up, that I actually cut up and had paid to get it put on a patch, leather patch on my leather vest when I was only about 17 years old. And that's about all I'm going to say for today, guys. If you're out there, I hope, you're looking forward to the movie as much as I am. I hope, hopefully it's actually at the freaking theaters. I'd love to see it at the theaters. And not just through some streaming site, because I think everything going to streaming is kind of sad, but I'd love to see this. I would love to see Rogue Trooper actually be at the movies and be out there on the big screen and being able to see that just as much as I enjoyed seeing Dread at the big, on the big cinema screen. So if you're new here, thank you for watching. Please, subscribe. And if you like what we do, share or give us a thumbs up. It's it's right, freaking almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I got to get to bed. But catch you next time. Wherever you are, be well, be safe. Get down. Thank you for joining me this early. Well, whatever time you're watching it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.